purge bulb on a Stihl FS 90R trimmer, as well as doing some service work to it. So let's jump right in. So this is a little bit older model, probably 10 years plus old. Doesn't look like it's been taken care of very well as far as like service and maintenance goes. So a lot of times when I get these in, carburetors are completely caked with debris. So I'm gonna blow this out. Air filter's caked. Get a new air filter on it. Let's go over here. Get some carb cleaner, blast this, and we'll blow it out again. That oil residue ends up becoming just like glue after it sits there for a while. Anytime I'm going to replacing the purge bulb, obviously got to get it clean so I can see where the screws are. And I'm just going to go through and clean everything else that's here. Now I can talk again now that the compressor's off. 4 screws are going to hold this on. You're going to have to take that cover off because you can't access these 2 back screws on there. In order to take a cover off, you got a screw there, and 1 on the back, so 3 total that hold that into place. I just pop that off. Get a new purge bulb on there. And yes, they are called purge bulbs. They're called purge bulbs because they basically remove the air from the fuel line and they drop any of the unneeded fuel back into the fuel tank. So you're not priming, but you're purging, getting the air out of the lines. While I got this off, I'm going to take a look at the valves. I'm going to take a look at the spark arrestor, get a new spark plug on there. So as far as adjusting the valves go, what we're going to look for is down in here. You're going to have an arrow. I don't know if you guys can really see this at all. It's on the flywheel there, right there. But there's an arrow, and you need to line that with the bottom of your ignition coil. And what that does is it creates a top dead center. So I'll show you here in a minute. Get your gapping tool. There's your gap. And what we're gonna do, we gotta go around one more time. So all the way around, back to the arrow again. All right, so they're loose. Get that out of the way. So what we're gonna do is go in here with the gapping tool. What you're gonna look for is you want it to be snug. So you're gonna slowly turn this, turning in the valves, probably not even 1/8 of a turn sometimes, till you get it where it sticks, but yet it can slide in and out. So this has probably never been adjusted before. It has some play to it. So that's good on that one. Double check this. So that one's good. So that is all you have to do for valve adjustment. Really, really simple. And then just make sure you get this back on. There are kits that you can get for replacing that gasket on there. Most of the time, you don't need to replace them unless there's something wrong on there. Go ahead and reuse them. Spark plug, a little bit old. Throw one of these new Stihl spark plugs in there. Just gonna set that on there for now because I'll have to put it back on when I get that shroud. Gonna clean up the air filter. So you can take carb cleaner on these. Get the fuel out. Get the dirt out. Just be careful with these foam elements, they can separate. This one's in pretty good shape. So nice and clean on there. Looks almost new. So we can reuse that one. I mean, it's easier just to throw a service kit on this stuff, but I mean, it costs a lot more money. So if we can save the customer a little money, we'll do that. Right here is going to be your spark arrestor. Sometimes these are a little bit of a pain to get off. They rust really bad, especially if it's never been off before. And what the spark arrestor does is it keeps sparks tamed down from flying out the muffler and causing a fire, but most areas of the country that is never going to be an issue. But unfortunately, they manufacture them that way for drier states. Get your screwdriver there, needle nose pliers. That one is in excellent shape. So I'll put it back in there. Don't need to do anything. If they have a lot of carbon buildup and you can't see through them, that is when you got to clean them off and replace them. If the customer's doing a good job mixing their oil and fuel right without putting too much oil in there, then you shouldn't have an issue with it. And that's all you do for that. And then we can put the shroud back on. Make sure you get that spark plug boot on there. Should hear a pop like that. Then it'll be back into place. And this particular one, the customer broke off pieces of plastic, so the screw's gonna go in, but it's not really gonna hold it tight. So he's gonna have to replace that clutch fan housing if he wants to fix that situation, because that's broke off. But get the air filter back on, cover there. And we're gonna check the fuel filter. Obviously got to dump out the gas. That gas was bad, I can smell it. And I got my fishing tool right here. Go fishing for fuel filter. They don't give you much room to work with. But all you're gonna do is take this, turn it back and forth till it pops off. That end of my tool is gonna hold that on. Pull it back out. So, I mean, there's other ways to get these fuel lines out if you don't have the tool, but they are sort of a pain. This is a really nice tool. I'll put the link in the video when I get done. Part number, you can order something like this on Amazon. Super handy. Like I said, you got the hook. You just go down, grab it, pull it out. So let me get some fuel. So this is the Moto Mix that I use to do my testing. These are the new Stihl cans. And that little screen right here really annoys me. I hate it. I don't know why they put it in there. So the first thing I do is just smash it out of the way. It restricts the fuel flow out of there and makes it pour way too slow for me. So I don't like that at all. So if you guys get these new cans, that's what you're going to be dealing with. But let's try the purge bulb, get fuel through the system. That's all we need to do on that. I have not run this yet, so I don't know if it has intermittent running issues or not. Go ahead and try starting it, see what happens. right, so like I said, that had bad gas in it. I could smell the gas. It just smells like varnish, just rotten gas. That was probably in the fuel lines, in the fuel system, and that was making it hard to start. So now I'm gonna straighten out that handle. You had it a little crooked. Just 2 screws there. Now we got that nice and centered there. So all that is fixed. So serviced that, got new gas in the system, cleaned out all the old fuel, got everything running. So that is good to go. I'll call the customer and tell them they can pick that up. Got a few other saws on the bench for today. Got an 025, 026. Both of those are getting new carburetors on it. The 044, I finally got the rest of the parts, so I'm going to get that guy put back together. So hopefully get most of this stuff cleaned off the bench today and get my bench back. So it's hard to work with when I got a lot of different projects in here in the shop. And I'm waiting for parts. Of course, I've got another area, lots of parts, more stuff there. So pretty much every piece of equipment is waiting for parts. So keep what I can in stock, but most of the parts that I need are really specific to the unit, which is frustrating because it takes a little bit longer to get than I like. So, but that is all I got for today. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'll look for a couple more videos to drop later tonight. Thanks.